This video is presented by Western and Southern Financial Group, a game plan for your financial future. Every great team starts with a strong foundation, and your future should too. With life insurance built like a championship roster, Western and Southern helps protect what matters most so you can focus on winning today while planning for tomorrow. Whether you're just starting out your journey, building your dynasty, or ready to retire like a champion, Western and Southern has the right play for your life stage. Visit westernsouthern.com to get your free life insurance quote today. Western and Southern, built to win.
Sunday Night Football is the New England Patriots trying to bounce back here after a loss to the Buffalo Bills, traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. New England clinches the playoffs with a win here. What do the Pats have to do? Talk to us about it.
I think they need to run the football, and I think, you know what, despite the loss last week, they learned that Travion Henderson has the potential to be a superstar, and since they've really kind of given him, I don't want to say the starting reins because Ramondre Stevenson is still very involved in the offense, but over the last few weeks, when you look at the way that they've used Henderson and the way that they've been able to exploit defenses out on the edges now, which Stevenson, look, big-bodied back who's powerful between the tackles, but he doesn't get to the outside. This is the different dimension that Henderson adds, is off-tackle running, and then it gives Josh McDaniels and Drake May the ability to get into the bootleg game. But when you look at Travion Henderson running off tackle this season, 502 rushing yards, that is fourth most in the NFL, 6.3 yards per carry, second most behind Jonathan Taylor, and 6 rushing touchdowns is the third most. And the guys ahead of him, even in the rushing totals, he has significantly fewer carries than the Jonathan Taylors and the Jahmyr Gibbs of the world. Travion Henderson and his ability, A, obviously with his speed to create explosive runs and long touchdowns, and B, the ability to get to the corner and outrun linebackers to the second level is extremely valuable to this offense. The more that they lean into it, the more two-dimensional, the better this offense is going to be. And the Ravens have been relatively average this year at defending on the edges in the run game, even with the improvement since moving Kyle Hamilton down to that big nickel linebacker kind of role there. So I think Henderson plays a big factor in keeping this offense balanced and creating big plays on the ground.
Speaking of the ground game, I thought it was interesting. Henry gets 100 yards last week against the Bengals. He had 94 the previous week as well, so he's been hovering right around there. When I looked at rush concepts that they've had the most success with, most yards before contact, so that's really the issue, right, is I think that the offensive line for the Ravens just hasn't been as mauling as it has been in years past. So I looked at most yards before contact against the Bengals, and they came through 2 concepts: power, counter. So really, duo blocks and counter, so it's a lot of between the tackles stuff. Some counter plays, okay, you're getting a little bit more towards the tackle. Sometimes you're getting off tackle with it, but it's a lot of between the tackle stuff, running with power, man blocking concepts. That's really where the Ravens actually had the most success last week against the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the Bengals' lack of interior defensive line play, I think definitely goes into that. But if you want to use that as a talking point towards, okay, they're finding a little bit of success there because the ground game with the Ravens is pretty paramount to them having a successful outing. The Patriots, their top 2 run defense grades when it comes to rushing concepts is against the power and counter. So it's going to be a very different week here for the Baltimore Ravens. If they want to have success on the ground, they're going to have to find another way to do it, or they're going to have to do it at a level in which they have not yet this season. It's been a place where the New England has just been fantastic when it's come to limiting the output on those 2 rushing plays and against more power rushing concepts. Can the Ravens still have a healthy run game when they don't have as much success between the tackles? That'll be interesting to see. I do think the Patriots bounce back here in this one, though. I'm going to go with Patriots 28, Ravens 20 as the final score in this game.
I think that's a great call you make about the Ravens run game, because it felt like the last week, the first 2 drives or so, they were in the shotgun, they were trying to work with some inside zone, weak side zone concepts, and then it felt like sometime in the second quarter, they just quit messing around. They put Charlie Kolar, the big tight end, on the field. They put Patrick Ricard back there in fullback. They got in the eye. They had Ricard leading, and they ran power to that strong side over and over, and the Bengals had no answer for it. And I think what schemes like that do is simplify things for your offensive line. Instead of trying to read and pass things off and get to the second level, listen, when you run power and you're on that front side, down block. Whoever's in your inside gap, just mash them downward and let everybody else, let the pullers and let the backs do the rest of the work on the outside there. I think it's a good call to kind of simplify things. And the Ravens, they just need to find any way they can to get Derrick Henry going any given week. And what that tells me on New England's side is the guy you need to look out for is the middle linebacker, Robert Spillane. He's going to be the key to stopping those runs. But I'm with you. I think New England is going to bounce back. I don't think last week's game is some big indictment on the New England Patriots. Yes, they blew a lead, but you know what? Josh Allen is Josh Allen, and when he gets desperate, he's going to go out there and give it everything he has, and he's maybe the one quarterback in football who is capable of making that comeback in that environment last week. So I'm going to take the Patriots 27-24, bounce back with a big win.
Everyone's got takes. Numbers have truth. And the truth is, most people are betting with emotion. Sportsbooks feed on it. TikTok gurus sell it. The hype machine runs on it. That's how you lose. PFF is different. You're betting with winning data. The same data trusted by all 32 NFL teams and the sharpest minds in the game. PFF betting tools take every prop, every matchup, every angle, and run them through our custom models. Built on the best football data in the world. What comes back is your edge. Simple, sharp, and built to win. Want to go deeper? PFF puts a pro-level analytics department in your hands, giving you the same insights teams use to find every advantage. Build your game plan with matchup analysis. Project every snap, every matchup, and every edge before kickoff. Because the smartest plays start long before Sunday. Hit rates show how a player performs against their prop and against defenses built the same way. It's the data that gives you real confidence in every pick. Next, Key Insights translates PFF data into the story behind every matchup, giving you the why that powers your bets. From coverage schemes to defensive looks, it's the context that turns raw numbers into winning decisions. When you're ready to take action, filter through every prop on the market and focus on the opportunities that matter, by game, matchup, or value. Then, shop for the best available line in your area and tap your book of choice to place the bet instantly. Everyone's got takes, but now you've got truth. Bet with data, win with PFF.